Alright, so this valve, the oil comes up on the end of it there, and I'm hoping we haven't got too many shadows. And look, a quick test is pop it out, push it with a punch or a screwdriver or something like that, and see how that's moving nice and freely. No trouble at all. That's not the problem in this case. But just for the sake of demonstration, we'll pop this apart, just so you know what's in there and what to look for. Now, the thing I see here that I don't like is, can you see the split there in the roll pin is down towards the valve here? So that means the valve's pushing on a non-supported edge. I'm not keen on that. This has a bit of muck in there, and that's watery oil. So it's well worth getting out of there. So I'll pop him in the vise. Now my vise, these are aluminium jaws that I made particularly for my vise. So what we can do, we can just take a roll pin punch, or a pin punch. There we go. Okay, what do we look at here? You can see where the valve's been touching the roll pin. These break. I have seen these break and one of those ports opens up a little bit. So you can pop that valve out. That's what it looks like. Now we open this here up. That's your spring. Make sure your spring's good. And also check that roll pin. Now that roll pin, it has the gap away from where the spring goes. That's what I like to see. These two lugs here, they locate. So when you come to putting it back and you have your pliers on the end of it to push him in, push him and turn it. And when you turn it, you'll just notice it sort of go, and you might turn it and you'll just feel it go, you'll just see it drop in that little bit, and that's fine. Without that sitting in that correct place, these ports aren't lined up properly, and whatever you do, don't try and do that 1.25" spanner up until you know that's in properly. Now the 30 series tractors, they had a different setup. This valve was actually part of, it all come out together. It wasn't in like a separate cartridge as such like this. I have seen many of these with this broken off where people have been playing with it. So look, what we'll do, I'm going to go over and give this a nice wash. A little bit of 600, 1200 sandpaper, and just make sure that's free. What we're looking for is when we pop that in there, that drops in and out under its own weight, just with a light film of oil. So it should just come in and out. So I'll go and wash this. I'll come back and we'll pop it together. Right, I've gone and cleaned this valve up, and I used a little bit of 600 paper just to make sure there was no little bits and pieces in the road. And we'll just put a light smear of oil down. I'll put a piece of rag here just to keep everything clean. The valve here, we'll drop a smear of oil there. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see it stuck like that, but we do want to see it move under its own weight. So that just slides in. And you can see it just disappear under its own weight. So we know that's nice and free. So we'll pop him in here. I'm not sure which way to show you this best. We've got a funny light today. Anyway, we'll try and work with what we have. A lot of shadows. So all we need to do really is pop the spring in, drop a little bit of oil down the snout, Now look, it doesn't matter which way this goes. You can see this one went this way. There's a shiny little tip there. So I suppose we'll just put him back how it was. Now this here, you can see that's nice and free. So when that's tensioned up, we know that's going to work. It should be fine. Now we take a roll pin. I'll have to turn it sideways for this. We take a roll pin. Now I put the split side upwards when I do this. So I just get it started there. So now that plunger's pushing on the full back side. I might just bring him back through a little bit, just so it's sitting in evenly. There we go. And just a quick test. Beautiful. That's what you're looking to see. But look, that is the easiest and cheapest thing to look at on a utility series, like on a